What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here again with
Gershwan!
And we're back at it to answer more questions from you guys in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question for every question because we get those questions first. And that's what Arok9 has done. How powerful is the Emperor now? If someone made it past the Custodes and other defenses of the Imperial Palace, could the galaxy's most powerful piece of psychic beef jerky ever defend himself? I don't really know.
Yeah, nobody's ever gotten that far.
And honestly, because of the fact that the Emperor is basically sitting on a toilet where the bottom of the toilet is just a warp, like it's just like a hole to the immaterium, he's probably pretty tough in terms of like psychically being able to push back demons and whatnot.
Yeah, you got to think about it this way. He is preventing demons from pouring into Terra. He's also lighting the Astronomicon, which is guiding millions of like star cruisers to traverse the warp.
And he's constantly getting fed energy through the sacrifice of all of the Psychers.
Yeah, not just that, but we've seen in the Godblight novels that he can channel his own power to like his Primarchs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, how powerful is he? Super powerful. He's still probably the most powerful psyker in all humanity.
Yeah, and like what happened with Alicia Dominica, that like he can still talk to people.
Yeah, he's still there.
So he's not just like a statue, I guess you could say. Like
Right.
he does interact and he can do things. But like if somebody were to make it all the way to the throne of Terra, like they got to be somebody tough.
Yeah.
But since the Emperor is busy doing everything else, can he defend himself against like Abaddon or the Thousand Sun dude, Magnus?
Magnus, yeah.
Like they are super powerful. So if he's busy trying to do all that, can he defend himself against somebody like that? I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I think in that situation, I think it would be more of like a plot thing.
Yeah.
So like he has to die by the hands of one of those guys or,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's strong enough until the plot deems it so.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you're a named character, especially one as holy and renowned as the Emperor.
Right.
Neoth, if you will.
Neoth.
That's his true name.
Oh, really? When did that get revealed?
Oh, it was like, it's been in a novel.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
Semi-recently?
Neoth?
Neoth. Like Neo, the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Next question comes from Jonah Toribio. What do you guys think of the Octarius War? This could lead to the end of the galaxy. It's crazy.
It could. Honestly, any war could, depending on how crazy and out of hand it gets.
But based on the fact that like Armageddon is still going on, it's not.
Yeah, it could, but it's not.
Yeah.
This one's by Nobody at All. Who do you feel would win in a one-on-one fight? A Jaeger from Pacific Rim, particularly Gypsy Danger, or a Reaver or Warlord Titan from 40K? Have you seen Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, those suits are pretty big. I don't think they're big enough to fight like a Titan.
No, also I think the shields of a Titan cannot be penetrated by the Jaegers, they're called, right?
Yeah. And they don't even have like shields like that either.
Mm-mm.
So just like a volcano shot would just like rip it apart.
Yeah. So definitely 40K wins again.
Yeah.
It seems like really there's not much that can defeat 40K universe things unless it's a name character. Like Goku could probably go in there and whack.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next question comes from the Senate. If the portal on Terra was opened, could the full force of the Custodes hold back the demons that poured through? So let's answer that first.
Probably.
Yeah, plot-wise, they already did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just that, but I think it was 1,000 Custodes held off 1,000,000 orcs or something like that.
Yeah.
And only like 2 Custodes died.
Yeah, and that's not copying 300.
No, not at all.
But yeah, they're pretty tough.
Yeah.
Tonka tough. Or that's not how you say it, right?
Tonka.
Strong or something.
Built Ford tough. I don't know. What's the Tonka one?
I thought it was like the Tonka trucks were like the toy trucks.
No, yeah, they are.
He does have a second part. He says, also, Alchemist of Sound is right. Captain Tycho is a blood angel. Oh, that's the cool name.
Yeah, the guy. That's the same dude from Play on Tabletop.
His name Tycho?
Tycho Imiga.
Oh, damn. His real name is Tycho? Lying. Next question.
The Red Wake. Do you think that the top 5 strongest Warhammer characters can take on the Doom Slayer?
I don't know too much about Doom lore.
Yeah, me either. I just know he's essentially like a Grey Knight. Because he's like almost unstoppable. He fights the demons of hell, and he always comes out on top. So think Master Chief, but fights demons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe. I mean, if he's taking on demons, he's got to be pretty tough, pretty powerful. So.
Yeah. And also, it's the same situation as like Goku. Like, if there's plot armor, there's plot armor. So, yeah. Next question comes from GFish17. What would it take to make the Kroot better able to adapt from consuming other species? I want to see the Kroot become more powerful. I think it should be immediate, like, or maybe just one generation. Because the way that it's set up right now, it has to be multiple generations of consuming the same type of food in order for that to, like, turn into something. It took them a while to devolve to Krootoxes and Kroothounds and all that.
It's not instantaneous. It's like generations.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it must be kind of like sadistic or sad that it was probably like the criminals that were forced to eat the meat of like feral creatures to devolve. Next question.
Andrea Necci. If the gods of chaos played Magic, what color or colors would they use in their decks, in your opinion? If you want, you can also say for the Emperor and his sons. Well, we might actually find out, because there is a collab happening between Magic the Gathering and Warhammer 40K. I think it's coming around October.
I think it bums me out that I feel like Nurgle's going to end up being black.
I feel like it's going to be black and green.
Yeah, well, I hope it's like, it leans more green just because green is Nurgle. Khorne, obviously red.
Red and black.
Tzeentch is obviously blue.
Blue and black.
Yeah. And then...
Slaanesh.
Well, Slaanesh would be like black and... Probably black. I don't know.
Maybe black and white.
I don't see how it could be white. I feel like the Emperor is going to be white. Like Space Marines are going to be white.
Yeah. Unless they go like... Space Marines can be like multicolor, and you have like the Salamanders, Ultramarines, all mixed into one. Because they're going to be commander decks.
Yeah.
So we can expect to see a variety of stuff in there.
That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
We should cover it.
Oh, for sure.
Because we play Magic more now than 40K.
Yeah. And I think there's 4 commander decks.
Oh, damn.
So there's 4 of us who play Magic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The next question comes from Living Metal. How tall are the squats? Are they just short compared to the Space Marines, or are they shorter than a normal human? They're shorter than a normal human. They're basically dwarves. So,
yeah.
What is it, 4 feet? No. Yeah, three something?
Yeah, whatever Tolkien said.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what it is. This one is by Thomas Gladue. If a new race or faction emerged into the 40K from the unknown parts of space, or made a conversion from Age of Sigmar, what would you want to see? Units, culture, hierarchy, etc. We have exactly that.
Yeah.
You predicted the future. It's the squats.
Squats came back.
Yeah, they came back from the distant corners of the galaxy. And we've seen them in Age of Sigmar. You've got the Fire Slayers, which are like the fire dwarves. And you've got the Caradon Overlords, which are the steampunk dwarves.
Yep.
So now we get to see futuristic space dwarves in the leagues of Voltan.
Yep. I'm excited for the lore for that. That's probably going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that they're not like a thing for Imperial Guard. They're actually against the Imperium, right?
Yep. I said that in the video. I was like, I'm surprised they came out with this as their own thing and not like almost like how the Vespid and the Kroot are like an auxiliary force for the Tau. Yeah. They could have been an auxiliary force for the Astra Militarum.
Are they still abhumans?
As far as I know, yes. Because in that short like Warhammer community article, it said they are the distant cousins to the humans of the Imperium. So I guess that's one way of saying they're abhumans. Yeah.
I wonder if like it might be that the Adeptus Ministorum probably like cut them off from the abhuman list. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Hopefully we see some like epic battles between the Tyranids and them.
Oh yeah.
Because supposedly the Tyranids, at least lore-wise, they still are the reason why there's so few squats, which they don't call themselves squat anymore. Kind of like how they're going away from Eldar. They're going away from squats. They refer to each other as kin, but to the grander universe, they're known as the Leagues of Voltan.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And hopefully they bring with them some type of solution to kind of like make the Tyranid threat not as like scary. Because sometimes, especially with the Battle Fleet series, they just made the Tyranids look unbeatable.
They decimate, yeah.
Next question comes from the big one. Last time I tried to clap my own booty cheeks, I gave myself a hernia. When do you think I'll have buns big enough to clap thunder like the gods themselves? Do a lot of squats.
Mm-hmm.
Not the squats that just came out, but regular squats.
I mean, you could try doing them too. You'll
Yeah.
be clapping cheeks in a different form, but if you're trying to get your own, squatty potty.
You have to toughen them up, so maybe put like squat minis in between, and when they clap, so that they can make a crunching noise. Crunch squats. Next question.
Zoe Glass. If the Emperor did become a god, would his birth scream destroy our part of the galaxy like how it did when Slanesh was born? And if that is the case, isn't the Sol system and surrounding systems screwed no matter what? Yeah.
And we talked about this in a previous episode. We dedicated an entire answer to it, a long answer. Yeah, on paper it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then once you actually get to the lore and you start to realize that, I mean, there's plot armor for the Sol system, I don't think it would happen.
Yeah. And if it does happen, we'll see a completely new Imperium, because obviously they need all this manpower for supplies, soldiers, that kind of thing.
McCrag might become the new Terra, and like everything shifts over to the Ultima sector, and the Imperium doesn't go from like that gothic, grim dark, but rather like a classic Roman style Ultramarine type of universe, which would be kind of interesting if GW wants to like clean that stuff up.
Yeah, because honestly, if it happens, Terra's gone, the Custodes are gone, the Sisters of Silence are gone, so like that hub, that core, isn't there for the Imperium anymore. So obviously, it would have to be moved.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would just remove a whole faction of Custodes away. They'd probably come back as like his angels or something like that.
And that's also another thing that we kind of talked about in a previous episode of like what it would look like if he came back, and in your if you check out the playlist.
Yeah, the death of 40K.
Kind of go in depth in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us about anything, please comment down in the comment section below. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
That's right. This has been the Sound Alchemist,
Dershwan.
and we are out.
Oh, I used to put my